Good morning or afternoon to the viewer viewing this presentation. Today, me and my partner Kelly Afonso are going to be talking about albinism, which is a disorder. Before even starting to explain what we're going to be talking about in this presentation, we wanted to give you some general idea about albinism. To start off, albinism is a very rare disorder, which I'm pretty sure you know what it means, but if you don't, it means that it's not very common for everybody to have it, but it's still possible to have it. But we're going to talk about how you can have it later. You should also know that it does not have any cure, but treatment can help if you have an eye condition, which most albinos have an eye condition, so that type of treatment can help. And more treatment are going to be said during this presentation and taught. You should also know that albinism is when no production of melanin is made in your body, and so no pigmentation occurs in your body. That's why you have a very pale skin. And due to that, you're very sensitive to the sun, and you're most likely to develop skin cancer. So now that we've talked about a little bit of the facts about this, we're going to next be talking about what we're going to be talking about in the presentation. To start off, we're going to be talking about the disorder in details, and that is going to be throughout the presentation. We're going to talk about genetic mutation, the diagnosis for the disorder, the inheritance of DNA mutation, the symptoms of how you know you have it, the treatments that are offered, and the technology that me and Kelly have created that we believe would help this disorder, which we're going to be talking about after.
What is a genetic mutation? To talk about genetic mutations, we have to know that a gene is part of a DNA sequence. The DNA sequence is found in the chromosome, and the chromosome is found inside a cell. A mutation is a change, so genetic mutation is when a gene in the DNA sequence is not copied perfectly during a cell division. Mutations can happen in a single gene or in a sequence of genes. Albinism is the result of an inherited mutation in a single gene. There are two types of genetic mutations, inherited or acquired. An inherited mutation is when a child gets a mutated DNA from one of his or her parents. This mutation will be presented in all cells of the child. An acquired mutation is a change that can be caused by an environmental issue like sun radiation or changes that we call evolution, like a bird that has changed his beak to adapt to a changed environment. An acquired mutation can also happen when an error happens when the DNA copies itself when a cell is divided. This change will affect a single cell and will not pass on to future generations. Albinism is an inherited disorder. This means that one gene from one of your parents suffered a mutation that was passed on to you. Mutation in a gene affects how the gene produces proteins. In the case of albinism, it affects the production of melanin. Melanin is what controls the colors of your skin, hair, and eyes. Therefore, these are the traits affected in albinism.
So first we have genetic testing, and so genetic testing helps notice defective genes related to the disorder, so you may know which defective genes in your body are related to the disorder of albinism, so you may identify them. As you can see, we have electroencephalogram. I don't know if I'm saying it right. My apologies. And so that is to find out what are the person's vision problems related to the disorder. And so albinism, if not mentioned before, comes with a lot of eye deficiency and problems. And so this tests help you know which one you have related to the problem. And so once knowing this, you can follow a special treatment or diagnose depending on which type you have. And you can find that in the ophthalmologist, which is the eye doctor. The last one, genetic consultation, And the genetic consultation, it helps know the type of albinism the person has or the motive of this disorder. And it helps understand that because when you have albinism, there's more than one type of albinism, but having albinism has different types. It's not one type. And the type you have, you can know which type you have or why you have it.
Some signs of albinism are very noticeable where a person will have white skin and hair color, and sometimes a very pale blue color of eyes. Other characteristics are not as noticeable, like poor vision. Albinos are very sensitive to the sun.
Next, we're going to be talking about what it's like to have albinism. As you may probably see in the picture, you see that the person in the picture has pale skin, hair, and due to that, you're very sensitive to the sun, meaning that you have most likely have a probability of developing skin cancer than a normal person without this disorder would. And also, you can see that there's no pigmentation in the body of this albino in the picture, which meaning that you have no low production of melanin. Next, we're going to be talking about the most common treatments. First one, as you can see in a picture of a girl, she's wearing sunglasses, and that is to protect from the sun UV rays that passes through her body and her eyes, and so she can protect herself. Also, protective clothes and sunscreen, so wearing long sleeves, long sweatpants, leggings, but that would be pretty hard if you live in a country that is very hot, and so this makes it hard for them. Sunscreen, they need to apply it the whole time so then they can be protected from the sun, but they're not 100% protected from the sun. Surgeries like to correct eye issues or the movement of your eye muscles so you can correct the movement of it, and many people do that. Corrective lenses, contact lenses, glasses. So as you might know that people without albinism also wear contact lenses, glasses, and corrective lenses. Albinos wear it to improve the vision, and you can get that in the geneticist, ophthalmologist, or the dermatologist. Our technology. So as you may see in the picture, I chose this picture for our technology because I'm going to be talking about later. But first, let's focus on the technology that me and my partner Kelly have created. The technology we have created is a cream, which, as you know, as a face mask, when you put a face mask, it creates an extra layer on top of your skin. And so this is the same idea we want to create, which is a cream that creates an extra skin layer, not literally a skin that will stay forever, but you have to put every morning or day you have to put the skin, and then it will protect you from the sun. You can choose the color depending on your skin color if you want to change your skin color, but that we're going to be talking about in a few seconds. And why did we choose this technology? Well, to start off, we thought about this technology because we knew that having albinism, as I previously said, the problem of having sunscreen, you need to always put it every time you go to the water or every 8 minutes or every hour, you need to put it having albinism. So it's very hard for you to create a time for you to put it. And so you need to always be reminded to put sunscreen. And it's very hard, especially as you can see in the picture, people who live in Africa. And so we chose this because we thought, well, when we put sunscreen, it's like a thin layer or sometimes transparent layer that protects our skin. But we want to make it more than just 8 minutes. We want to make it last 24 hours. So then the person can come home and she sleeps, but then she rests, and so in the morning she puts it again and she's fully protected. And so that was our goal, and that's how we came up with it. Now, about choosing color. As you may see in the picture, this African albino is being looked by the other more dark color. And we also chose this because we know that it might be hard for albinos as they get discriminated, as they get very bullied And according to Wikipedia, people with albinism have also been killed for exactly the opposite reason, because they are presumed to be cursed and bring bad luck. The persecution of people with albinism take place mostly in sub-Saharan African communities, especially among East Africans. And so our goal of choosing color is this albino probably what he wants is not to be discriminated, not to be looked at, not to be made fun of. And so we wanted to let them choose their color. And if they like their color, we can make it transparent. We have different color options. That was our goal with our technology. And so we wanted the albinos to feel not left out, and so this technology can help them better. Okay, now we're going to be talking about interesting and important facts and information we found. First, in 1 in 70 people carry albinism genes but are not affected, meaning that people can carry albinism but are not affected, which is 1 in 70 people. Squinting is a sign of albinism. As hard and funny as it may sound, yes, squinting is a sign of albinism. Even though you have albinism, you live a normal life duration. Your life duration is not any different from not having albinism. People with albinism can be very sensitive to light because the iris has not enough color to shield the retina properly. And so you might ask, what is the retina? And retina is responsible for forming the images, which basically is where you project the images that you see. And so it is the sense of vision. And so what it means is that they are very sensitive to light because the iris, which is where you can see the circle in your eye, does not enough color to shield, protect the retina properly. So that is one interesting fact and information that I wanted to let you guys know.
Albinism is therefore a result of an inherited genetic mutation. This mutation prevents the production of melanin. Without the production of melanin, the body has no color pigmentation. There is no cure for albinism, and the only treatment an albino can do is protect himself from the sun. In addition, albinos who suffer from poor vision can also choose to have surgery or wear glasses.
Okay, and this is our works cited images and sites in alphabetical order and in MLA format. Thank you so much for watching our presentation. I wish I could answer your doubts, or we could, but as you know, as we won't gone virtual, I don't think it's possible for me to. But I hope you understood about albinism. I hope you liked our technology that we created. And thank you so much for watching, and we hope you are staying safe. Thank you.